and welcome back to Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation Mid-Atlantic Region's YouTube channel. If you've been here before, you know we've been breaking down the mortgage process for you. As a reminder, the first steps of the mortgage process are 1, having a consultation, 2, finding your dream home, and 3, completing that mortgage application. Today, we're going to talk about all of the things that happen behind the scenes. You've submitted your loan application, now what? What's happening from now until you reach the closing table? Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe below so you can watch all of the video content Fairway Mid-Atlantic puts out there. Also, make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment below after completing this video. Okay, let's talk about what happens between application and closing. It's important to remember that while we are going to break it down as separate jobs, in reality, many of these different jobs are happening at the same time and working together to expedite the process and ensure that we have everything needed to close your loan. It's imperative that you know that once we submit your loan application, it absolutely does not go into a black hole. Instead, your whole mortgage team is working together to get everything compiled and get you cleared to close just as soon as possible. As soon as your application is submitted, a team of openers are ordering all of the services needed. This includes, but is definitely not limited to, title insurance, verification of employment, and an appraisal. All of these services provide information to the processors and underwriters that answer one main question. Can we approve this loan and feel comfortable that the borrower will make their payments on time for a property that is fairly valued in the market it's in? As the loan is being opened, our processors are reviewing all of the documentation you sent to your loan officer as part of the application process. You've submitted your bank statements, your pay stubs, W-2s, and likely additional documentation, and our processors are now there to go through each of those documents carefully and verify the information included on the loan application. If they notice anything in the documentation that is not clearly explained or accounted for in the loan application, they will come back to you and ask for additional documentation. Do not worry. A processor asking for more information does not mean that there is anything wrong. It just means we want to make sure we have everything needed to get your loan fully approved. The processor's job is to ensure that the underwriter will have as few questions as possible when reviewing your loan application, and that they can see a very clear picture of your financial story. Once the processors have everything they need, they will submit your loan to underwrite it. The underwriters will review the entire mortgage package against the product guidelines and make sure everything is met, and then they will issue your approval. If they have any questions, they will issue what we call a condition. These are simply things that they need additional information on or more documentation for before they can fully approve the mortgage and give you those 3 golden words, cleared to close. After they review the entire mortgage package, they will send the mortgage back to the processors, and the processor's job is to then satisfy the conditions or answer those questions the underwriters might have. Once the processors have the answers, they will resubmit the loan to the underwriter for final approval. While our processors and underwriters are working to get your loan approved, our closing team is hard at work getting all of the information needed to issue a final closing disclosure. This includes all third-party fees, title insurance, and speaking with your homeowner's insurance company to provide you with a complete document that includes all of the information needed for closing, including your monthly payments, all fees, and all closing costs. Don't worry, this will not be the first time you see your fees and closing costs. You absolutely receive an initial closing disclosure from your loan officer that will have an estimate of your closing costs and fees, so you are well prepared for what you need for closing. Additionally, you will absolutely have a conversation with your loan officer throughout the process, so absolutely nothing is a surprise for you. This is not something to worry about. While there is so much happening behind the scenes, the most important thing to remember is an entire team is working together for you. We are all on your team and are here to support you and get you the financing you need to close on your mortgage. We recognize that this part is the most confusing, but know we have your back, and we will explain each and everything we need from you throughout the mortgage process. Together, we will get you from application to closing in the most stress-free possible way. Thank you so much for joining me today to talk about the next step of the mortgage process, and make sure to tune back in next week for another video from your Fairway Mid-Atlantic team.